Well, hello, my friends. Welcome. I'm here with my good friend, Beth English. She's joining us all the way from Nashville. I'm here in the city of Chicago. I'm an artist, curator, and creator entrepreneur, and I'm super happy to be here with you. Beth, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Sergio. So glad to be here today. Hi, everyone. I'm Beth English. I'm an artist and a speaker in Nashville, Tennessee. And how are you doing out there in Chicago today?
Today is good. It's good. Slowly we finally see a little bit of warmer temperature. I'm sure you're in much warmer weather down there in Nashville. So that's good.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful today. But I'm excited to talk with you and to, share what it is that we, are having trouble with in our art business.
Absolutely. And this is something that actually you and I started talking about it as an idea, right? We're like, why don't we just go and create a video together, and we show it to our groups, and we go from there. So it's kind of like impromptu in a way, and it's going to be kind of exciting as well, pretty fun. And also we invite you, my friend, if you're watching this, let us know where you're watching from. Some of you maybe in Chicago or Nashville, or maybe in Germany or somewhere else. Let us know. We would love to hear that as well. And today we're going to talk about the topic of visibility. This is one topic that I've been thinking about, recently. This idea of, as artists, how much is too much visibility? How do we get in front, right, of our audience? I always talk about be seen to be remembered. And I think, between you and me, Beth, we can chat a little bit about our experience, and maybe also the experience of some of our artists that we work with, which I think there's a lot of things in common. This is the one thing that no matter where you are in the world, if you have a phone, we all kind of go through the same things, right? Those cycles of the social media, the what to post, what to say, when not to say it, all those things. So I think visibility is one of those things that all us as artists, because we are, connected. And if you're watching this, because you are in it too, right? That I think is a topic that pertains to all of us. So how does that sound, Beth?
I think that sounds great. I think that's a question that everybody has: how much to post, when to post, what to post. And I think between the both of us, we've been sharing content online for quite a long time.
Right.
And we've learned a thing or two over the years. So happy to share my experience. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So why don't we do that? Maybe let's start with how often do we post? How do we go about like deciding what to post every day? I don't know if you have a strategy or not. I'll share also kind of what I do a little bit. And we would love also to hear from you, my friends. What is your strategy, or how do you post that will work great? So Beth, how do you do it?
I share every day. I try to communicate with my online community, the Nashville Creative Group, every day. Just kind of touch base and see what's going on. Maybe I'm sharing a post. Maybe I'm commenting on other people's posts. Like, engagement is real important to me. So I always make sure that I follow up with everybody who's reaching out, asking questions, and make sure that they feel seen and heard in the online community. But as far as my own content goes, I share on LinkedIn, I share on Twitter, I share on Instagram, Facebook. I try and hit all the points, and it's getting easier over the years because I'm not overthinking the content as much. And I think sometimes we stop ourselves from sharing what it is that we're doing or what is it we care about because we're overthinking it. We think maybe it's not good enough or it's not there yet. I think once you just forget about all that and just share to engage, share to connect with people, then it kind of turns that around. What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of similar in the same way that, I find the more I overthink it, then the harder it gets. So I try to kind of like, when I start my day, my routine is kind of in the morning when I'm ready to go into my social. I like to think about, okay, what is the post I want to do? And I pay more attention to my Instagram in terms of my own brand, because that's kind of where I have the biggest follow and where I also really like the platform. I use Facebook also for promotion, but I use it more for my community, also, like you, for my group. So it's a little different on how I post on both too. But also on Instagram, I always look at, okay, what did I post the last and see what makes sense next? Because on my brand, I want to be seen for three things, which is my art, my curatorial projects, and also kind of helping artists, right? So if, for example, if yesterday I posted the pictures about my art, then today, I will post something that helps artists or a project. That way, if you were to land on my Instagram really quickly, you can see those three things, in my most recent post. Now, when it comes to Facebook, because it's a little bit different, I usually, whatever I posted on Instagram, I probably repurpose also for Facebook. I will change the caption so it's specific to that audience. But to LinkedIn, also post kind of a similar thing, but just change again caption a little bit. And on Twitter, I might just do a quick tweet if I have the time. Twitter is the one that I forget once in a while. Once in a while, like, oh, should I have a Twitter? And that's kind of what I do. Now, do you have like a specific like type of post that you prefer over others? Like, do you like video? Do you like longer posts, shorter posts, pictures? What's kind of like your preferred posting?
Well, before I go into that, I just want to say, like, when you said you had 3 things that you made sure that you shared online, like, I think that's so important to like, creating that focus and to making decisions about what to post. So if you guys don't know what it is that you're sharing and why you're sharing, I think come up with 3 things that you want to show off about what it is that you're doing, and stick to those things. And I think it'll make posting a lot easier. I like to share photographs and to do long form storytelling. I started off as a blogger, and so I love to write and I love to share what is going on in my mind, but I'll do videos sometimes and try to share mostly photographs, especially for Facebook. I try to share less links there because Facebook doesn't really like links that much, but LinkedIn and Twitter does. So, one of the tricks that I do is I look at content on Facebook, because that's where I spend most of my time engaging with people that I know in real life mostly. And if I see a link on there that I think would be great to share on LinkedIn or Twitter, I just save it real quick. And then that way I always go back and I have like this whole stockpile of content ready to go. And if it's like, showing what I'm doing during the day, then I'll just like snap photographs throughout the day of what I'm doing. And then later go back and decide what was the most, meaningful thing for me to share online. So I don't do it always in the moment. I try to like create content and then take a step back and then curate it so that I'm sharing only the best material that I feel like is high value.
Right. So you're batching the content and then just delivering as you need it.
Right.
That's a great strategy. That's great. Maybe let's also talk a little bit about stories, because that's one of the biggest things right now, at least on Instagram and also on Facebook, the Facebook stories and how we can use our stories to kind of share what's going on, like behind the scenes. I always think about the stories as, the behind the scenes, behind the artist or the entrepreneur or the whoever you're following. If you want to see what is it like to be what that person is, that should be in the stories.
Yes, I think so.
And you're very good at your stories. I love to follow your stories. What are some of the couple tips that you have for our friends?
For storytelling on the Instagram stories?
Yeah. Stories on stories.
At the end of the day, like, we're all just trying to have fun, engage with our friends online. So I try to be entertaining. I try to not take myself so seriously, and just try to share a little bit about who I am as a person. Not necessarily everything has to be about me as an artist or me as a speaker, because I love the outdoors and I love cooking. And so I like to show different parts of my personality on stories. But I think just like if I capture a video that's cool or a photograph, like, I'll go back and share it later. Like last night I was cooking Indian food, and it's the first time I ever made it before. Nice. And so I was really proud of it at the end because it tasted really good. And so I shared that on my stories, and I asked a question about, if other people like to cook as well, or what do they like to cook? Because, that's something I'm really interested in beyond just art and speaking. I just want to connect with people. I think that's what's great about social media. And so I just try to find different ways to connect with different groups of people.
I think that is great, because also, as you mentioned, you can keep the audience interacting with you versus it's harder on the post. All they can do is like or make a comment, but on the stories, there's so many ways. There's stickers that you can use, and the, yes
filters.
And no, all those and filters and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. And that's the thing, the one medium within the social media that you really don't have to overthink it, because even if it's bad, it's going to be going in 24 hours anyway. I have so many posts that I have done. It's like, well, I just did it because, just did it, but I didn't have any value or reason or rhyme. But, it's like, well, so what? It's going to be going in 24 hours anyway, right? Anyhow. So, but I think it's a good way to keep engaging, with our audience in different ways. Now, have you tried Snapchat? I mean, not Snapchat. I mean, TikTok. There's so many now. TikTok. Have you tried TikTok yet?
I mean, I've been on it. I don't have an account, so no. There's still a lot going on during the day, you know, and I love the groups that I've already kind of like brought together online. And so I just stick to those. What about you?
I tried it. I have maybe like 6 posts that I tried. And then I failed miserable at TikTok. And my kids started making fun of me. Said, you know, that you got to be more creative. So I got to find my way around it eventually. We'll see how, you know, if it keeps growing as it is been growing. So, but it's interesting, you know, when a new thing comes out, test it, check it and see what it is. I think right now there's a lot of, you know, entertainment. You know, it's one of those platforms you get in and, you know, you can spend like literally 45 minutes and you have no idea because every story is so short and funny and entertaining that it's made to, I think that platform is really made to take over your time, you know.
Well, they all take over our time.
I know, right?
That's why we're talking about it now, so that we can like figure out how to take a step back and renew ourselves and always bring the best content.
Exactly. So, my friends, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, don't forget, let us know where you're watching from. And also, if you have any strategy that you want to share with others, just share in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Where can our friends find you, Beth, in social?
You can find me on all the social platforms at Beth English. That's BETHINGLISH. And yeah, bethenglish.com. Come and say, hey, I'd love to, you know, connect with you and learn more about what you're doing with your art practice.
Awesome.
What about you?
For me, you can find me on Instagram at Sergio Gomez Art, same as Twitter, and on Facebook, Sergio Gomez Artist, and yeah, and online at sergiogomezonline.com. So thanks for watching. Next episode's coming next week. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you share this with all your friends. Same day, same time. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Brad.